Hey kids, welcome back to my channel. So happy to have you guys back here. You already see from the title, I'm already so excited. That's why I'm like cheesing right now, because we are going to be talking about Miss Mother herself, Miss Pat Mcgrath. And I am really excited about this video because I was hoping she would come out with concealer soon, because last summer she came out with her foundation, which I really got into. And so I was like, we're gonna need some concealers with that. Listen, when I played in these concealers, honey, I was like, girl, I was like, okay, Miss Pat, okay, auntie, okay, mother. So let me go ahead and give you some specs on this concealer, and also let's take a look at the packaging. So we have the same cohesive unicarton that you always get with Pat Mcgrath. If you remember her foundation unicarton, it looks like this, so they're pretty great, except this one actually has a window in it. Okay, let's take Miss Thing out the packaging, and there she is, you guys. Very sleek, per usual, Miss Pat. Gold writing on here. Also, the bottle is glass, you guys. It's not plastic, so Miss Pat keeps it very luxury at all times, okay? And also, I was very pleasantly surprised about the price point, because last summer when she came out with her foundation, you guys, I know some people were like, okay, this $68, like, damn, Gina, $68? Like, that's what we doing, mother? That's what we doing, auntie? But this retails for $32. Now, it is not the cheapest price on the market, but it definitely is not the highest price on the market. So some of the specs on this Sublime Perfection concealer. Number one is full coverage. It doesn't say it goes from medium to full coverage. It is just straight full coverage. It also dries down to a natural radiant finish. And it says it's for normal, dry, normal, and combination skin. Now, I have this in the shade M17, which stands for medium 17. So let's go over how we're gonna do this today. I'm gonna do a full face today for you guys with Miss Pat. So let's go into number one, my first shade that I picked up last summer when she first came out with her Sublime foundation. I was in medium deep 23, that's which one this is. So clearly I am no longer that shade right now. I jumped from medium deep 23, now I'm at just medium 17. Yes, my color is gone, honey. I mean, my whole tan is gone. Summer is done. Like, we're in the middle of winter. This is where we're at. This is really how light I get from the summertime. But I really want to go over this because I'm in medium 17 really when it comes to the foundation, and then I'm also in medium 17 as well when it comes to the concealer. Now, mind you, they are not the same shade. Miss Pat just put a very nice shade system in place, a very smart shade system in place. So let me swatch this for you guys, and I'll show you on the back of my hand so you can really see the difference in the shades, because ultimately the concealer, because I was able to play in these, once I put the foundation on and compared it to the concealer actually, this one in particular has more of a punch of yellow. So it is brighter than the actual M17, but it's perfect because it's probably like a shade or two lighter than the actual M17 foundation. Now I'm gonna show you guys up close. As you guys know, if you remember Miss Pat, her foundation, which is here, basically it's very thin, it's very sort of runny, liquidy. But then if you can tell, here's the concealer here. As you can tell, even the texture is different because this is full coverage and this is a light to medium coverage for the foundation. But you can tell the difference here. They're similar, but you can tell, yes, this is the concealer that's going to lighten and brighten for sure. And then here is the foundation. So really how I'm noticing how this just very smart shade system is working is that if you already been color matched in your foundation, it will be very easy for you to find your concealer shade. We're gonna actually go in first with the concealer because number one, I'm gonna be honest, I'm letting the cat out the bag. I tried this. Child, y'all just gonna see for yourself, okay? So basically when she says full coverage, trust, okay? Usually I would go in with my foundation first, but actually we're gonna start off with the concealer first, because what I wanna do is just go into the inner perimeter of my face. Then what I wanna do is just sheer it out and then go in with the foundation so we can really blend it, okay? So this has a very creamy texture, just to let you guys know. So let's just pull her out. And like I said, I've already tried this, so I don't need to swipe. Don't even swipe this. I'll just be honest, like, she is creamy, she spreads really well, so really just start right there, like, honestly, like, and then go from there, because when I tell you guys are gonna be very impressed, at least as far as the coverage goes. She's very, very opaque, very pigmented. So now I'm just gonna actually go in with a brush on this one. And you know what, with this one, you can actually probably go in with a beauty blender if it's too thick for you, because this one is full coverage, so you would be fine with it. Where the foundation, it wasn't the best idea to go in with a beauty blender because it really soaked up the product. But this one you can actually do that with. So, oh child, let's go. I'm telling y'all, like, it's full coverage for real. There we go. And as you guys see, I did not have to put much on. Listen, if you've already played with the foundation, you already know that this is definitely a different texture. And I'm just telling you guys to start there because sometimes you don't know how things are gonna show up on your skin. You don't know how thick it's gonna be. So that's why I say just start with that first. And I'm just starting lightly just so you guys can kind of see too as well how this is really coming and how far this spreads as well. And as you can see, obviously, this is a totally different thing than what that foundation was. First of all, can we just give a round of applause, okay? For these undertones, like, hello. So I just wanted to show you guys just what it was and how much it was gonna spread. So me just being a little bit extra, okay? I'm just gonna go in a little bit more. And you know what, Pat, again, she comes from the fashion world. She comes from runway, okay? She doesn't do super heavy, you know what I mean? She don't do drag beats, okay? So if you're gonna use her actual foundation, you wanna make sure you're able to like blend this in with the foundation as well, because again, as you guys know, the foundation is pretty thin. So you want to make sure this is gonna like actually blend. So what I'm gonna do is just play with this, pull this out. I just want to get some, you know, on my lid here as well. Now the beautiful thing about this concealer as well that I'm going to show you guys is because it is opaque, it also says that it's great for concealing blemishes. So let's do that. I have a few that I want to test this out on actually. So because you guys know I'm still like all these scars, honey, from that Bite Beauty situation. My God, that foundation was the worst. I'm just gonna go in just a little bit, you guys, just because I already know this will spread out nicely. So let's just see what we have with that. I'm gonna take a flat brush here, and I'm honestly just gonna pull this out a little bit, and let's just see how it covers my blemishes here, because that is definitely what I need in my life for sure. And then just let me take my fingers as well, just so I can warm it up. Okay, I just put a little bit, mind you, because I know that I want to put the Sublime foundation over it, and I don't want it to be too much, but it's blending out really nicely, like skin-like for sure. So let's go into the Sublime Perfection foundation. And again, I am in M17. And actually, I'm gonna actually mix my summer color, the M Deep or Medium Deep 23 with Medium 17. So I'm actually just gonna put that on the back of my hand, and I will probably blend those two together a little bit. I'm definitely more M17, but I just wanna add a little bit of that M23. And if you can see the difference, it's runny, but see if you can see the difference, yeah, I'm a whole nother shade, honey. I'm gonna at least get this on my skin with my fingers. M17 I'm going in with first to get it on there. Get it on my face, darling. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit, just outside, I'm gonna just take a little bit of that Medium Deep 23. And let's just go in with my finger just to see what happens. I mean, obviously I did it last time and it was great, but let's just, I mean, why not? We here. And then what I'll do is I'll probably go on my brush if I just need to blend in the, concealer. And oh wow, you guys look how beautifully that's mixing together though. With the concealer and the foundation. Let's go on this side. Wow, those are blending, you guys. Look at that blend though. Look how pretty that, oh wow. That looks really pretty. I love that. Ciao. Look how gorgeous this is like coming out though. And look how well the concealer is actually blending in with the foundation. I mean, this is blending so beautifully together, you guys. Like, honey, this is so pretty. I was a little bit concerned that because this was gonna be so high full coverage, because when I felt it, when I tested it out, I was like, okay, let's see if this really like blends together. Let's see how this is gonna go. And this just really, I mean, you guys are watching the show over here. You see what's up. Like, my God, this is freaking gorgeous, you guys. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, so I was going to pick up the new under eye powder, just to let you guys know. Now, I had a chance to play with that too as well. And there's a light, medium, and deep. And so with that said, I went in with medium. And so the texture of it is so fine. I mean, it just melts into your skin. And it's beautiful. And the compact is probably literally, it's smaller than what you guys think it is. It's only about this small. And you have to lightly, and I mean, when I tell you like barely, just kind of like barely touch it to put it on, which is great. The texture is great. The reason why I did not get that is because, honey, that thing was cracked and all over the place before I even left the building. Because the powder is so fine and it's in a compact, it really should be in a loose form, because there is no way, if you even knock it or it even barely falls on your table, it is over. So really it should have came in probably maybe a compact loose form to use, but not in a press. But the texture and the feel of it, I mean, it was beautiful. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was beautiful. But if it cracks out and as soon as you open it, it falls all over your lap or your table, then you've just kind of wasted your money. So that was one thing that I'm just being completely honest about it, why we did not do that. And then I also was going to grab the brush. The brush is probably this big. It's a little smaller than I thought. And I feel like I really needed the brush. The brush was okay. And since I already had the Hourglass Vanish concealer brush that you guys saw me use today, they both pretty much have this dome shape that's going on here. So I was just like, I really don't need the brush. So to keep my skin moisturized and keep it just, I want to put a veil over my skin. I want to keep my skin looking like this. So I'm going to go in with the Hourglass Veil Translucent Powder. And it's silky, it's finely milled. And you guys can see, I know y'all see that smoke through this camera, okay? So, and you really don't need much. And I really just tap most of it off. And I just really just pat it onto my skin here. You guys already know I love the dual end because, honey, I can get my edges right here. Seriously, if you guys don't already know, look. It just gets in your edges. Right there, bloop. And you don't even have to worry about having to put a rag on your head. For my brown girls out there, you know how we do. We don't like getting powder on our edges like that, okay? We like to keep it real clean. Actually, let's warm up my face a little bit, and we're gonna go in with the Marc Jacobs. This is the Omega Bronzer, and this one is in Tantalize, which is the darker color. I'm just kind of trying to show you guys, but this is actually the darker shade that they came out with last year for, I don't know, like brown girls like me. We're just gonna warm my face up just a tad. And it looks like this works really well with the foundation. Now I'm gonna go in with my Kevyn Aucoin. This is my contour brush. I love this one. It's dense but fluffy at the same time. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like my favorite contour brush ever in life. And we're just gonna contour my nose just a little bit. I'm actually just gonna come into my lid here, and the best way to do it is just come into your crease and then just come on down. This is just a light contour, a very nice soft contour. I would actually call this definitely like more of an everyday contour for sure. I don't like to go too heavy on my contour unless I'm beating my face down, but this is not the day for that, okay? This is not that type of foundation. This is not that type of beat today. Okay, let's use some Pat McGrath palettes here. So I have her Seduction palette, and I also have, I forget the name of these palettes, but I'm gonna start with the Seduction palette first, and I will leave the details below. The other palette that I'm doing here, I forget this one. You guys probably know this one when you look at the shadows. I kind of forget the names. I apologize, you guys, but I will definitely leave the details down below. But first, that's the second palette we're gonna go into, but I'm going to start with, I know this one, the Seduction palette. This was my first palette that I picked up from Pat McGrath, which is beautiful. If you don't have this one, you should definitely pick it up. It is just just a great, beautiful palette. So let's grab a brush right quick. Gonna go with a MAC White Series crease brush. We are just gonna go into this little mama here. I'm just gonna go right into my crease. That is a flat color here. And we're just gonna go in and just start to just pull in and deepen up my crease here. Just a little bit here. It's just such a nice color. It shows up great on my skin tone. The undertone of this shadow is really, really nice. I like to also go up into my brow bone here, as you guys can see, and blend that because this is kind of like my transition color. I won't say kinda, it is my transition color. I'm gonna go back up on this other side too as well and just really pull that up here. Now I'm gonna go in with this deeper, like, it's got like a burgundy undertone, brown here, and this one is really nice too. I'm just gonna come back into my crease, but I'm gonna keep it very, very sort of low here, just to deepen it up in the corner, just to give it a little bit more definition. You guys can already see that shade is definitely showing up a lot darker, but I like to just get the corner of my eyes, and then I'm just gonna kind of bring it in, but I'm just keeping it right here in my crease. That's it. And then I'm gonna bring it down this way. Okay guys, so now I'm gonna go into that second palette. I'm gonna kind of go in with this, it's almost like an iridescent purple blue color. And as you can see, I have not touched that yet, but guess what? I'm about to touch it today. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do with this blue, I'm gonna start from the inner corner. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to kind of pull it up this way, up high. Wow, I did not have to put much on my brush for that to show up, honey. We're gonna bring that up high, and I'm just going to fan that up this way, up toward my brow bone. And then now, as you can see, it's just kind of blowing out as I go through here. Now, before I go to my outer corner, I just feel like I wanna like do something in my lids here so I can pull it together since I'm working from the inside to the out. As you guys know, if we usually start in the outer corner, I go from my out to in. So let's go back inside my lid here. Now I'm gonna go back in with my Seduction palette. I am gonna go in with this one right here, darling. And actually, before I go into this one, I just feel like I want to wet my brush a little bit. Going in with Fix Plus, just gonna get that a little bit wet right quick. Because with her shadows, you can go in with your brush wet or dry. And because this one is so iridescent, I just feel like maybe I should wet the brush. And let's just see what we have from my lid. Oh, okay. It's so funny because it comes off so iridescent out the pan, but now that I've wet it, it's like, yes. So I'm really just coming right under that blue, and then I'm just coming here. There we go. Oh, that worked out perfectly. We're just going in the other eye. I'm just patting that down, just keeping it on my lid here. And I'm just going out just toward 3/4 of the way. Actually, I think I'm just gonna go all the way with this one because I didn't want anything too concise, and I really just like these two together. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna kinda go in here, get that lid together, bring it out a little bit maybe. And I'm just gonna kind of wing it a little bit, but I am gonna blow it out because I don't want it to be defined necessarily like that. I'm just kind of placing it in the direction that I want. And then what I'm gonna do is I am going to take a clean brush. I'm just gonna wipe it off my paper towel here. And I'm really just gonna kind of blow this color out a little bit because I don't necessarily want that line, but I kind of want it to flip up here though, you know? There it is. I definitely want it blown out, but I just want that color there though. Just gonna go into my bottom waterline. I'm gonna go back in with that deeper shade that I used in my crease. And we're just gonna do, again, a swipey, no swipey under this eye. So we're just gonna go in and I'm just gonna kind of come underneath. I'm going in my waterline, but I'm also gonna pull it up underneath that beautiful kind of iridescent gold, yellow, green, whatever you wanna call it. It's just so pretty, right? So I'm just gonna kind of throw this on. Now I'm gonna go into that second palette again, and I'm gonna go here. I am just going to highlight my brow bone. This is more of a satin finish, so it's not super shimmy, but it's also not flat. And we just kind of want to come in here and just highlight that brow bone. Yes. Come through, Pat. You guys see that? So I'm gonna go in with my Aqua Cell eyeliner. This is by Makeup Forever, and it's a very dark brown. This one is in what is this? M60. Really like this one. And I'm gonna go into my bottom waterline, but I'm also gonna wiggle it in here on the top, but I'm gonna go in the bottom first. Now I'm gonna go into my top lash line. I'm gonna keep my eyeliner very, very close to my waterline here. So I'm just gonna kind of just do like a very, very close line here. I'm just gonna kind of right along my lash line here. Now I'm gonna take my angle brush and I'm just gonna kind of smooth it out, really. This will help really get the line in there right, and just pull it out just a little bit here. Now I'm gonna go in with my Caution Mascara by Hourglass, and we're just going to coat these lashes here. So you guys know I really like this mascara, but I'm not gonna put a lot on my top lashes here because I am going to put a lash on, so there's no need for, you know, the 5 coats that I would probably usually put on. Time for lashes. I'm gonna go in with my Lily lashes. These are her mink lashes, and these are in the style So Extra Miami. Let's throw her on real quick. Boom. Okay, now it's time for some blush. I am gonna go into my NARS palette. This is the Overlust palette, but this is from the Afterglow collection that is out right now. This collection is absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you some of these blushes that are in here, and trust me, they may turn out light or they look light on camera, but let me tell you something, they are packed with pigment, but they're just so beautiful. It is for that afterglow look. So I'm gonna go in with my NARS Kabuki brush here, and I'm gonna actually go in with this shade. Actually, let me go with this pink shade a little bit first, because with this eye, I don't want to be too overbearing with my blush here. So I just want like just a little pop of something here. I don't want to go too much color on my cheeks. I just want like a nice little subtle something to do that with, and actually that's showing up just fine, as you guys can see. I just need a little something. I'm also gonna go in with this right here. This is like a apricot color, just to give it just a little See, now it's showing up like, woo, okay, yes. I'm just gonna kind of keep it high up on my cheeks as well, on the high point of my cheeks, so it's not too much. Now it's time for lips. I'm gonna first go in with my lip liner by Kevyn Aucoin, and this one is in medium. It's very, very nude. So now I'm just gonna keep my lipstick really simple. I'm gonna go in with the Fetish Sheer Color Lip Balm by Pat McGrath. And this one is in Blow Up. And as you can see, it's just a nice nude. Clearly I use this one because we down to the plastic up in here. And it's just like a balm. It's really nice. And we're just gonna sheer it out a little bit here. And there we go. Mwah. Okay, let's talk about this concealer. In Love. I mean, I kind of already started off this review with that. I mean, what was I gonna do? Because I'm impressed. I love it. When I say this concealer is so creamy, I love that it's so creamy. I don't feel like I'm dried out. As you guys can see, like I am lightened and brightened, but in such the best possible way. You saw how it blended with the foundations, even though they are completely two different type of coverages. They just blended so well together, so I can go in, I can get the coverage that I need under my eyes, I can cover up my blemishes. As you guys can see, that's what happened here, and it still just looks like skin, when sometimes you just want that nice, beautiful, just glowing skin without having to look like it's too heavy. And that's the thing with this concealer, even though it is very highly full coverage, and I am not kidding, it's very creamy, it's very high coverage, it's very opaque, it's very pigmented, so you don't have to use much. Now you can, if you want that beat and you want to actually do a swipe, great, but if If not, and you just want that coverage, as you guys can see, like you guys know, usually I will like take a concealer and just swipe it. But with this one, because I had a chance to play with it before, all I have to do is just tap it in just the areas that I need it, blended it out, and I was good to go. Like, I'm very impressed by this concealer. I really love it. I love the undertone, and like I said, again, it just blended in with this foundation seamlessly. But again, it's so hydrating too. Like, I'm so happy right now because I've been so dried out. You guys saw that I put powder over it as well, which I use the Hourglass veil, which that one is so silky as well. But I don't look, you know, I don't look dried out. Usually I'm starting to get cracked out here, and because I've really been trying to moisturize a lot, and I just love this concealer. I highly recommend this concealer. Like, my God, it's beautiful. It's in a glass bottle, but besides just the aesthetics of it, as far as the packaging, the $32 is worth it. This is such a beautiful product. I hope you guys like this video. Let me know if you guys are still okay with me doing a full look. Like I said before, you guys were like, if you don't stop editing out them eyes and the cheeks or whatever you're doing, that full face. So let me know if you guys want me to keep continuing to do, you know, the full face, even though if it's just really like a review of, you know, a concealer or a foundation, I can definitely continue to do that for you guys and just film it as I'm doing it. So let me know, pop your comments down below, and also don't forget to subscribe, click that button. I would love for you to become part of the KAMANI ALANA family. That would be amazing. And don't forget to hit your notification button so you don't miss any videos by moi. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one. Mwah.